Hi, hey guys, it's Emma Figling with TYT Politics, day after Christmas, lots of red wine in my belly, lots of ham, that kind of stuff. But, I'm going to be away for the next 10 days, so I'm not going to be able to be communicating with you guys. I know it's so sad. I'm bummed out about it too, you get addicted to this kind of thing. So before I did leave, I wanted to give you guys some of my awards for the end of the year. Jordan and I decided that we wanted to give some people some credit that normally wouldn't be getting credit, and give some predictions. So we already did our Shame Stream Media Award, which I gave to the debate moderators and Jordan gave to all of CNN. We were quite broad, but we also wanted to talk about two things. We wanted to talk about the unsung heroes of 2016 and the unsung heroes that we spoke with, and we also want to talk about the progressive to watch in 2017. So Jordan and I have different picks, but I want to get right into it with you guys. So my unsung hero award is going to be a bit of a cheat. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I wanted to think back on what was the most emotional response I had to an interview. When we spoke to people in Flint, that was a very close runner-up. Our entire Disappearing Middle Class tour was a hugely eye-opening experience for me. As some of you guys have commented on, I come from an establishment Democratic family, and as much as I can believe in the topics that I'm talking about and empathize, seeing the center of the country and the Rust Belt kind of deteriorating based on globalism, based on bad trade deals, seeing it up front, it really was an emotional experience for me because, when you're from Jersey, when you're from the East Coast, you're not seeing the heart of the country deteriorating that way, and just falling apart because of neoliberalism and because of Republicans. So that was a really eye-opening experience for me in general. I had to give the Unsung Hero Awards to the UAW union workers that we spoke with. So, the United Automobile Workers Union workers. That was the best interview I think that we have maybe ever done. It really was the epitome of people hurting from globalism, people who are struggling, and Republicans and conservatives like to talk about meritocracy and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, and that's how you make it in America. That's not the case for these people. These people were so earnest, so hardworking, so smart, so in tune with the world, just really understood everything that was going on. And yet, they're stuck. They're stuck because we've decimated the unions, and they're stuck because these bad trade deals have forced them into a position where they're not able to get ahead. There's a brick wall in front of them, and they're unable to move ahead because we've said that, we're going to give corporations and big moneyed interests breaks instead of you. And these trade deals are going to give corporations the same standing in international courts as nation states because our donors tell us to do so. So in talking to these members, I want to list them because I want to read off their names, because these are the people that work hardest and get none of the credit, and their work is just not valued by these highfalutin politicians in Washington and in New York and in the East Coast and in all these rich areas that are obsessed with Hamilton and their next Hamilton tickets. And oh my God, did you hear that Hamilton stood up to Mike Pence? Oy, oy, oy. So these are the guys that I wanted to give credit to today. Michael Spencer, the UAW committee man.
Everybody's sitting at this table, and yeah, we all want to hit the lottery and be rich. Everybody here. But we realize that, okay, we might not make it to $1 million, but we do want to make it so it's better for the next generation that come behind us, who is our children and their children, so they can go to college. So they maybe they don't work in the auto industry, or maybe they do become that engineer. But if you keep devaluing the jobs, you keep on lowering them. We haven't had a raise in 10 years prior to this past contract. 12? 12 years. Cost of living went up. Inflation went up. Responsibilities went up. Then they come with this great ideal, and trust me, I understand the rationale behind it. Oh, let's get an entry level, and let's start them at this pay raise and at this pay rate, and let's make them grow over 10 years. Well, cost of living is not going to keep pace with that 10 years. It's going to exceed it.
You know what, dude? You should be running for office. You are so smart, and you have the heart of the working people in you. Venetia Glover, Sabrina Bailey, Scott McGinnis, Lucky Cassis, Audra Green, and Daniel Baghdadi. You guys are the heart and soul of America. So, everyone, go check out our videos, our interviews with those United Auto Workers. They are exactly the voices that are not being heard in Washington while they pretend to tout their allegiance to the middle class. You're full of it, and these people deserve better, and they're fighting all the time. So that's what I want. That was my, I guess, unsung hero, and I picked a group of people. But Jordan, when we were talking about this, he said, you know, what gave you the most emotional response? And that's what it was. So that's what it really came down to. But I gotta give an honorable mention. I gotta give an honorable mention to effing Fred Frost. I'm trying to swear less, but you guys know the deal. Fred Frost. What a legend. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it once. Fucking Fred Frost.
Can you confirm or deny that your name is actually fucking Fred Frost?
I'm fucking Fred Frost. I was told that from my successor at the AFL, who was at a table at a labor banquet, that the congressman referred to me as that in front of other members of Congress, and I'm proud to hold that label.
And you got that label because they're not exactly inviting you for tea and cake, Congress.
I like to talk truth to power, have all my life, and will continue to do so as long as I'm a breathing individual.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz infamously called him fucking Fred Frost. I said it again. When she was being badgered by him, rightfully so, when he was going after her and saying, you stand up for workers, you vote down the TPP, you be an actual progressive like you purported to be when you came into office. Fred Frost is a true American hero down in Florida. I love you, my man. Last time I talked to him, he had a serious case of I think it was the flu or bronchitis or something. So let's wish Fred Frost well. He is the coolest guy on the planet, unsung hero, but he should be sung more because Fred Frost, great American. Great American.